welcome to our Poolside PLC. Our first cycle of inquiry focused on elaboration and craft for informational texts. Our pre-assessment showed, in my classroom, 25 students out of 25 students were below.
In my classroom, 23 out of 25 students were below grade level and 2 were at or above.
In my classroom, 15 students were below grade level and 7 students were at or above grade level.
After teaching this unit, our post-assessment for elaboration and craft for our informational unit showed the following.
19 of my students made improvement and were at or above grade level. 6 students remained below grade level. The 6 students that did not meet are my students that struggle in the area of writing and need a little bit more support during writer's workshop.
My class did not have such wonderful results. 16 were still below and 7 were at or above. I still had lots of students not meeting standards in elaboration on the post-assessment. However, I believe that their post-assessments did not necessarily match their actual abilities. This tells me that I need to give clear instructions and expectations during a post-assessment. I will also need more specific plans for elaboration in our next unit. Directly comparing elaboration scores, 18 students increased their score overall, even though they were still not meeting standards.
I was pleasantly surprised that 18 out of 22 students met the goals of elaboration in their informational writing. This is the exact opposite of the pre-assessment, where 15 out of 22 students did not meet the elaboration goals. I have learned which students to work with, 7, to help them meet their goals at elaboration.
Our second cycle of inquiry focused on elaboration and craft in opinion writing. At the start of my cycle, I had 4 students meeting and 21 were below grade level.
I had 0 students who were meeting or exceeding and 22 that were below grade level.
And I had 14 students that were meeting and 8 that were below grade level.
As a grade, we noticed students were not providing at least 2 reasons to support their opinion and/or were not writing a few sentences for each reason. Students were also not using words that would make the reader agree with their opinion.
Our post-assessment showed some great growth. I had 13 of my students grow 4 or more points, and 4 students were already meeting on the pre-assessment, and 2 of these students grew at least 1 point.
And I had 10 students grow 4 or more points, and 0 students were already meeting on the pre-assessment.
I had 1 student who grew 8 points. I had another student who grew 4 points. 3 grew 3 points. 3 grew 2 points, and 6 grew 1 point. 3 stayed the same. 18 of my students were at or above grade level.
From PLC this year, our biggest takeaways were that creating specific graphic organizers benefited our struggling writers. We also realized that we need to recalibrate our scoring for both pre- and post-assessments to make sure we are aligned as a grade level to compare results.
Thanks for joining us, Poolside. Cheers!